Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Christina, 40 years old, single mother by choice, pregnant with twins via IVF and sperm donor. I'm 26 weeks along. The babies are coming soon, okay? We're talking 11 weeks or so. You know, that's via twin time because twins always tend to come early. So I'm hoping I'm gonna make it to at least the 37-week mark. You know, I'm not hoping, I'm manifesting that, okay? Because that's what we're talking about in this video today, manifestation and how I manifested getting pregnant. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't believe that. It's like black magic. It's a little woo-woo for me, Christina. But thinking back, I've actually manifested not only good things in my life, like my twins, but bad things too. So we're gonna talk about the things that I've gone through manifesting, bad and good, and what actually happened before I became pregnant and the steps I took for manifestation. So let's get into it. All right, so first, let's talk about manifestation. What is it? Okay, I'll give you the quick cliff notes because a lot of people do know what manifestations are, but they just don't do them. So it's basically asking the higher universe, the larger vibration, maybe it's God for a lot of people, exactly what you want in life. You ask them because they want to provide, they love you and they want to make sure that you are fulfilled in every way. The problem is that our thinking, our negative talk gets in the way of that. So no matter what you want, a better job, maybe you want more money in your bank account, you need a new car, how about a better relationship with your family or just a love relationship? Well, you could ask the universe for that, practically act as though it's already happening in your life. You set it and forget it. It's like going to a restaurant, ordering what you want, the waitress or waiter then takes it into the restaurant and you think, okay, it'll be here before I know it. You set it and you forget it, and then the universe or the waiter and waitress bring your order to you. But the hard part is talking positive all of the time and having those positive mindset, gratitude. I know I struggle with it a lot, and I've been trying to practice better manifestation because manifestation works not only in good situations like I've seen, but also works in bad. Actually, let's get into that. So about 3.5 years ago, I was hosting a morning show in Chicago, and it was a great job. I loved it. I loved living in Chicago. It was amazing. But I kept saying to my friends, maybe 2 years after I had the job, so a year before I got fired, when I lose my job, I'm gonna do this. When I lose my job, this is what's gonna happen. And my friends kept asking, is there something that you should wanna tell me? Like, are you gonna lose your job? And I'm like, no, but you know, I work in radio, it's bound to happen. And then literally 6 months later, I got let go. I put it out in the universe so many times and I had so much feeling behind it that I was gonna lose my job that I actually did. And I don't know if it was the fact that I manifested it and I kept saying that was gonna happen, but it did. Then when I came back to Portland, I had my job and I don't love living here. It's okay, but it's very, very expensive. And I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to afford a home here. And I wanted to build a family. And I didn't wanna live in a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 750 square foot home that would cost me $375,000 to $400,000. So I was actually dating a guy at some point, and I was like, do you want to live here forever? And he was like, yeah, I like it here. It's cool. How about you? And I was like, the only thing that's keeping me here is this job. If and when I lose this job, I'm going to move. And he was like, are you planning on losing their job? Like he was basically asking me the same thing that my friends were asking me in Chicago. And I did the same exact thing. I manifested losing my job. So I said, no, I'll probably just end up leaving, and what happens, happens. And then I ended up losing my job. I've manifested some pretty bad things. I've talked about how I'm the worst driver ever. This was years ago. And literally I would get in 2 car accidents a year. And I think back and I'm like, did I manifest it, or was I really just a bad driver? Or was I just telling myself that I suck so bad that it just continued to happen? I don't know, but I'm really going towards I manifested bad things. Another really bad manifestation I feel like I put out into the universe was in my dating years. I dated for 10 whole years, and I kept saying to all of my friends, family, I would talk about it on the radio, there are no good men left. The only men that want to be with me are men that, don't have their shit together, have a lot of drama in their life, need me for something, and I'm never gonna find love. And guess what? I never did. So now I'm like warning all of my girlfriends when they say things like that, stop. You have to set it, forget it, put your order in on what you want, and keep it moving. Live your own life. Pregnancy affirmations. This one was a little difficult because if I could go back on my fertility journey, I would not tell a damn soul about it. Maybe like my sister, because she's my best friend, but other than that, I probably shouldn't have said anything, because I went a whole year and a half, almost 2 years, with when people would hear about my inseminations and be like, oh my God, what happened? Are you pregnant? Spill the beans. You've got a pregnancy glow. And I'm like, actually, no, I'm not pregnant. And it really started bringing me down. I hated it. And so when anybody would start asking me again about how everything is going and I would just say, it's a process, because I was taking the pressure off of myself. And it really is a process. And I was sick of talking about it. And sometimes, I know this sounds really bad, but I would just ignore people. Like, I didn't even want to talk about it anymore, because I knew the whole set it and forget it thing. If we're talking about it constantly, it was creating pressure for me, and it's not good for my body. I also was not doing the work, right? I was not taking the supplements. I was not doing the low carb diet and working out as much as the doctor suggested that I do it. And so I finally started to do those things. I took it to the next level with IVF. I was talking about it less and less. I was putting in my order and waiting for it to arrive. I also did some journaling where I was talking about, in present tense, me being a mother, visualization. I even went to Ross and I bought this toy for $3, and I would like visualize, and I would like rattle it like I was rattling and playing with a baby. It might sound a little cuckoo, but guess what? It worked. My IVF session was really successful. For someone who's 40 years old, I have 13 day 5 embryos on ice. So because I had so many embryos, and I did not test them to see if they were viable embryos. Yes, they made it to day 5 in the lab, but it's not a guarantee that they are actually thriving embryos. So I didn't want to pay the extra $5,000 to do that. So my doctor told me, listen, if you put in 2 embryos, you have a 15% chance of getting pregnant with 1 child. You have a 3% chance of getting pregnant with twins because of your age, your health, all that other stuff. And I thought, well, I'm putting in 2 embryos because, first of all, I have 13 of them. Every transfer is cost of medication, and so it's another, $3,000 or $4,000 every time I transfer. And I have 13, so yes, put in 2. Well, the day before I actually transferred, I went on a walk with my 2 friends, Shannon and Felicia. And as we were walking, I saw this woman, and she was pushing 2 babies in a stroller. I don't know if they were twins. Then I saw another woman. She walked past us with 2 little puppies that looked identical to each other. They both had like a spot over their eye. As we continued walking down the path, my friend Felicia was like, oh, look at the ducks. They're two ducks swimming in a pair. And I thought, oh my God. I told my friends that, and they were laughing. They were like, oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, whatever. And I said, no, I swear, I keep seeing things in pairs. I think I might have twins if I put these embryos in. And they were like, okay, yeah, whatever, ha, 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 ha. Well, let's just say the next day I went in and he was like, okay, so we're putting two in, right? I said, yep. So he put the two in, and he actually asked me, would I be comfortable if we want to pray after the transfer? And, you know, I'm a Christian person and I appreciate that. And in reality, it's another form of manifestation. So he said a prayer, wishing and praying that my embryos will be healthy babies plural. And the next thing I go in, we do an ultrasound scan, and the nurse was like, let's find out how many are in there. I'm like, yeah, it'll just be one, you know? It was twins. We manifested that. Yup. So there you go. That's my manifestation story. If you have any other questions about manifestation, I'm not the pro, I'm not the expert, but I can tell you what I did, what worked for me. Maybe if you look back at your mindset of everything that you've been doing in life, from your jobs to career to same thing, sometimes, to pregnancy, anything that you really want in life, but you've been talking negatively about, really look under a microscope at your life and your manifestations, negative and positive ones. Let's show that baby bump. All right, here we are, 26 weeks, the final trimester in twin time. And here is my bump. Yeah, I was waiting for it to get bigger. And it's not. I'm actually, I'm letting it out here. This is it. Yep, that's it. You guys think it's gonna get much bigger? I kind of like it this size. But I know that these babies are growing. I'm feeling them kicking every day. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and liking this channel, and we will check you back next week. Bye.